All right, team. So shifting gears, say thank you, abs. Hey, 10 minutes of abs, we'll take it, Karen. For sure, better than nothing. For sure. At 10 minutes of abs, think of 10 minutes. If you did 10 minutes of biceps, how hard that would be. So 10 minutes of abs, that's great. So shifting gears, coming into, and I even played your playlist, Karen. I think this is one that you said you liked. In my head, maybe I made that up. But in that, your feet are about hip width apart. I have a little shadow, can you tell? With your feet about hip width apart, slide up onto the balls of the feet. You want to say hi to your friends? Is that all you want? She's like, I just love you guys. That's all. You come over here. And then slide onto your heels, lift the toes. And then shift to the outside rim of the foot. So as you come into that position, again, we're trying to pull the inside rim up and off the floor. And then slide to the inside rim of the foot. Now take your weight on all four quadrants. So you feel the front, back, side to side connect to the floor. Soften the knees. So as we bend the knees, you come into that exaggerated forward position of the knees. And we flex the quads. Pull the knees back over the heels. We'll try and get you guys, we'll try and get in and out before Vic gets home so we don't have to listen to the loud barking. And then slide the knees right over the feet, squeeze your bottom, press your hips forward, look up. So we can come into that full extension if you want. And then send the hips back. Now send the hips neutral and shift to the right. And shift to the left. Breathing again. And then bring the hip center. So your hips are right over the knees, right over the ankles. Take the shoulders, roll the shoulders forward, tilt the chin to chest. Now when we come together for this time of stretching, just know that I support whatever you guys need. The biggest thing about coming together live and then roll those shoulders back is setting the time, setting the intention. So if that means I'm rolling out my feet the whole time, or stretching my hamstrings up against that wall, take the shoulders right over the hips, right ear to the right shoulder. If you're showing up for yourself and doing something therapeutic your body needs, that's the most important thing. You could be having a cup of tea, whatever you need today, and then shift left ear to the left shoulder. And then bring that head center. So with your head, it's right over the shoulders, ribs, hips, knees, and feet. Now take a nice big deep breath in, arms come up. Exhale, drop the shoulders, hinge, scoop your belly, round your back. Now from here, bend your knees. So we soften the knees, exaggerated. Now take your fingers, make peace fingers, so 2 fingers wrap around your big toe. From there, you create that grip, and then straighten your legs as much as you can. Some of you will easily be able to go into a straight leg, and if you can, then take your hands and pull on your toes. So again, in that position, some of you will be tight and have to hold a semi-bend of the legs. Some of you will be able to straighten all the way, and then you use your fingers, pull on your toes, and try and lengthen against that bind. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, soften your knees. Now increasing that stretch. Take your hands under your feet. So you're stepping on your hands, and then from there, lift up. When you lift up, you're going to feel your scapula, your shoulders stretch and open up a little bit. So I want you to use that to your advantage. You're pulling against those feet with your hands and letting that deepening of the stretch through the shoulders as you pull up, relax your head. And then see if you can straighten the legs. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg, bend your left knee slightly. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Bend your right knee, straighten your left. Now inhale. Exhale, bend both. Remove your hands from under your feet and slowly roll yourselves all the way up. Squeeze your bottom, pull the navel to spine, roll the shoulders back and down. From here, take, she's funny, huh? She is definitely funny with her, now she's passed out. Right foot on the left knee. Now feel the freedom to come to a wall team. So I want you to find where you can deepen the stretch. So that might be coming into a wall or using that for balance, and then hinge. I can lean on that right knee. I want to take my bottom back and then tilt it up. So we're trying not to tilt it down. Take your behind and lift it up towards the ceiling. As you feel more comfortable, lean into, balance challenge, lean into that right knee with your right elbow. If I fall over, just keep going. Oh, that's so fun, Karen. Such a fun family time, huh? I know I keep telling Ben, this is the last sunny day, get outside. This is the last sunny day, get outside. But he's not going to believe me anymore. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, you can stay as you are. I'm going to move so she's not blocking. Or, so you're here, or create that bind. So you come all the way and wrap it. Now I could wrap it halfway, or I could wrap it all the way. Oh, girl. She's testing my resilience, huh? You can't see, but she keeps leaning into me so that I pet her. I'm going to fall over. That's going to hurt us both. Big, deep breath in. You can have your hands to heart center if you want. You can have your hands to a wall for balance. Yeah. Big, deep breath in. As you exhale, unwrap your legs. Now listen, that right foot crosses over the left. Arms come up. Exhale, drop the shoulders, hinge. And then round your back, drop the hands. Now this is where we talked about using a chair. So if you have a chair or a couch or a coffee table, I'll use my windowsill to show. You have the right foot in front, and if you can take your hands onto something or your elbows onto something, sometimes that will allow you a deeper stretch so that these knees don't feel like they're coming into that extended position uncomfortable. So you can use a prop or you can dangle. Inhale. Exhale, soften your knees just enough to feel comfortable, rolling all the way up. Squeeze your behind, uncross the legs. Take that left foot, place it on the right knee. Same thing, come up to a wall if you need to. Again, we want whatever deepens the stretch. So I'm not concerned. This balance help sometimes gives us a lower press into that stretch. So I want you to find what gives you the most balance. And then you can use this left elbow to press into that left knee. With each exhale, see if you can press a little bit deeper into that left knee, getting that hip to open up. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, option to create that bind. So as you come into that, you can have your hands at heart center. You can have your hands out to balance or on the wall. You can hold your child or pet your dog, whatever your life looks like these days. Try and drop those hips back.
Down, boy, to the ground where you left my heart to bleed.
Big deep breath in. up nice and tall. The left leg is now crossed in front. So you're here. Big deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders, hinge. Scoop your belly, round your back. Find that chair if you want. Relax your head. Big deep breath in. Now slowly roll up. You can soften the knees a little if that helps. Uncross your legs. Big deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders and hinge. Hollow your abs, round your back. Walk your hands forward. High hover, squeeze your bottom. Low hover. Press your chest through, lay your thighs down, flatten your feet. So if we squeeze the glutes and lift the head, that's going to allow our hip flexors to stretch just a little bit deeper. Inhale. As you exhale, look over your left shoulder. Try and take this right hip and let it tilt towards your back. That may mean you have to bend your left knee and exaggerate that little lean in, but find where you can drop and tilt your right hip. Big breath in and exhale, switch. So as we press into that left hip, let the left hip drop, look over that right shoulder. Inhale. As you exhale, come back to center, look up. Now dig the toes into the floor, press back into down dog. Float your right leg. Pull your right leg all the way through. Reach your arms up, lace the thumbs, and then lift up and back behind you. Sit down. Sit down. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, dive the hands back down. Set the left knee down. Open up that hip by taking your right toes, turn them out. Now when you turn your right toes out, you want to lean into your body so you can move around, lean into that left hip, lean forward. And then from here, lift the big toe, rock onto the pinky toe of that right foot, and reach the right hand back behind you. Now it might be that that's too much on this left arm, and you might want to come down onto your elbow and drop down a little bit. Find the position that feels right for you. We don't have to look the same. So you find where that stretch feels good and therapeutic, and then on each exhale, try and release and let go. Inhale. As you exhale, bring that right hand back down to the floor. You can choose to come down so that you have your elbows on the mat, your forehead on the mat, or you can center your right hand and reach back with that left hand, grab the left foot. In Gracie's defense, I've been gone all day, so she's like, I need a little love. I need a little love, Mom. We can all relate, honey. Big deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze that left glute. Press the hip forward. So regardless of whether I have that bind or I'm down here, if I squeeze the glute, that's going to open up this hip flexor. That's what I'm after. One more inhale. As you exhale, come up onto your hands. That left foot comes into the floor. Dig the toes into the ground. Lift your left knee, step back into your high hover, low hover, press through, squeeze the glutes, look back, down dog, inverted V, left foot floats up, left foot comes forward into that high lunge, so you step it, then lace the thumbs and pull back. Squeeze your right glute. We're trying to get this length through the quadricep and the hip flexor on the right side. So you squeeze and tilt the hips forward, tighten the abdominals, pull the hands back. Inhale. Exhale, dive back down. Once you come down, set the right knee down, turn your left toes. Now in that position, move around a little bit. You may find this is where you want to hang out. Move around in your in your space, wherever it feels good in your spot. And then take the right hand, center it, rock onto the pinky, and pull that left hand back behind you. Again, if I wanted to come onto my elbow, I could. I could come onto a yoga block, whatever feels good tonight. Big deep breath in. Exhale, that left hand comes back down. Now you choose. You could stay here moving around in that hip. I could come down onto my elbows, onto my forehead. Option to reach around and grab that right foot. Squeeze that right glute. The contraction of the right glute is going to lengthen the hip flexor on the right side. See, now she's just give her a little love. That's all we need, right? Give us a little love and attention, then we'll chill. Not much different than humans. And then set that right foot down. Both hands come onto the floor. Dig your right toes into the floor. Hover the knee. Lift so that you can step back into that high hover. Low hover. Press your chest through. Lift the hips, down dog. Lift that right foot up towards the ceiling. Pull your right knee to the right elbow. I could set my left knee down. So true to all of us, right? That's community. She feels it too. Right leg up. Right leg across. Right leg up. And hold that right leg through all the way into pigeon. So once we come into pigeon, once again, just like usual, you can take your leg so that the shin is parallel to the edge of your mat. You may have an elevated hip on this right side. Sit on a ball, a towel, a yoga block, or you can tuck the foot a little bit and crawl forward. And breathe. Don't come back at all. Big breath in. As you exhale, you're going to push back into the hands, rock onto the right. It's real. Rock onto the right hip, but here's that one that's been giving us some exciting hamstring tension. Now, you're going to bring the legs in front. In this position, we talked about this, we're gonna stretch the left leg. Your left hand grips the foot, you lift up. That could be it today. That could be where we wanna be. You extend the left leg, press your heart forward. So our goal is not to lengthen this by tucking this. Our goal is to only go as straight as we can keep our heart lifted. Now from there, some options. So same arm, same leg, outside. Same arm, inside. Then when I'm ready to advance it from there, opposite arm, inside. And then from there, opposite arm, outside. So you find the position that feels good for you, and then try and straighten it as much as you can, and then try and press the heart towards the knee. So some of you are going to be able to like touch the nose to the shin. I'm not there yet, but it's a journey. It's a journey. Some of you, you're going to feel tight here, but you'll still feel the stretch, and that's productive wherever we're at now. Now, take your back hand. It's going to be different depending on the hand that you gripped. Doesn't matter which one. Whatever arm is free, reach it back behind you. So your fingertips and your heel stretch in opposition. Big breath. Now take that hand to the opposite hip. Inhale. Exhale, soften the knee, turn back over onto your hands and knees, lift the hips, down dog. Float your left leg. Pull the left knee to the left elbow. At least now we can trust. It's a short little knee tuck. Leg comes up. And left knee, right elbow. And float. Here we go, Lisa. Now pull that left leg all the way into pigeon. Find what serves you tonight. So again, shin parallel to the edge of your mat. Move around in your hip. And then you choose upright. That's a great stretch for the spine. Extension here. We can come down, deepen it into the hip. We can come all the way down, use that body weight into that right hip pressing towards the floor, left hip pressing in opposition. Breathe. One more big breath. Exhale, pull back up nice and tall, shift over onto your left glute, bring your legs in front. Now we have the other side. So our progression, I'll go over them all again, but you go right into what you want. So we're going after our right leg, right hand outside, lift up, heart to the thigh. Now from there, you can straighten. This is my tighter side, so you can straighten, and it might be a little bit different than the other. I can take my right hand to the inside. I can take my left hand to the inside. That's where it starts to get a little bit tighter. I can take my left hand, wrap it around the outside, and then pull up. So in that, again, you decide whether or not that makes sense for you tonight. Press your heart towards your right thigh. Your body is going to want to drop into this, and I want you to lift up nice and tall. Whatever hand is behind, reach it to that back wall. If you follow it with your gaze, the stretch gets just a little bit bigger. Inhale. Exhale, bring that hand to the opposite hip. Inhale. Exhale, soften your right knee. Go ahead and lay all the way down. Now this series is so good for digestion. I know I'm over time. We're gonna do one quick spinal rotation series. It's easiest if I face this direction, even though it's hard to communicate exactly what I want, but we'll get through it together. Your right foot comes onto your left knee. You start in that figure 4 stretch. Now the same series that we did standing, we're going to now do supine on the floor, laying on our back. In that, if you want to hold child's pose, if you want to hold any of the stretches leading into it, go for it. We do 3 rounds of spinal rotation on this side and then 3 on the other, and then we'll bring it home. The first one, you're in that figure 4. Bring your hands to that left thigh. Pull the left thigh towards you. Press the right knee away from you. Flex your right foot. And then take your tailbone and press it down into the floor. That may mean you arch your back a little bit. That's okay. We want to go after that stretch to that right glute, right hamstring. With each breath, see if you can pull your left thigh in a little bit closer and press your right knee out just a little bit deeper. Inhale. As you exhale, now our first rotation, take your right foot, plant it on the floor to your left side. So that's your first spinal twist. Legs are resting over to the left. Your left hand feeds through the leg. Pull the thigh towards your heart. Lift your right arm. Reach your right arm out to the right side and breathe. Let go of the tension in the glute, in the hamstring, and the IT band on that right side. Like the sunlight, ease your pain when it's pain. Big deep breath. As you exhale, go ahead and bring your legs back to center. Now, progressing from there, take your right leg, cross it like you're sitting in a chair. Now you could stay here or wrap the foot all the way. So again, in our standing position, we started with that figure four, and we took it into that eagle pose. You can cross the leg, you can hook it. From there, reach the arms to the ceiling. Open the arms. Float the legs over to that left side. Look over the right. Breathe. So I may want to place something underneath my knees here. You could do a pillow, a yoga block, a yoga or Pilates ball, or just if you feel comfortable, let gravity pull the weight of that bound leg towards the floor. And then when we look towards the right, it deepens that rotation. Inhale. Now, bring the legs back to center. Unwrap your legs. Keep your right knee bent, straighten the left. Last, this is your third and final. Tuck the knee in, rock it front to back. And then let the right knee slide over that left side for the last time. Right arm comes up. Right arm floats out. Look over the right shoulder. You're trying to bring your right knee and your right hand as far away from each other as you can get them. With each exhale, pay attention to where you're holding tension. Every exhale, we relax, release, and try and let go of what we don't need to hang on to. Inhale. Exhale. Pull that right knee back to heart center. Bring it in towards the chest. And then switch it. Bring that left knee up. Put the left foot on the right knee. So again, now you know through the series how it's going to look on this side. If there's a stretch you want to stay in, feel the freedom to hover wherever you need. Otherwise, left foot on the right knee. Hands, feet through. Pull your right thigh in towards you. Press your left knee out. Flex your left foot. And then take your tailbone and dip it down into the floor so that you can create a deeper stretch to the glute and the hip. One more big deep breath in. See if you can pull that right knee in a little closer. Press that left knee out just a little farther. Now release the thigh. Let that left foot drop to the right side. First final rotation. Take your right hand, feed it inside so that you can pull the left thigh towards your heart. Lift your left hand. Float your left arm out to the side. Look over your left shoulder. With every exhale, release any tension in the hip, in the glute, the hamstring. One more big breath in. As you exhale, bring that leg back to center. Now, just like on the other side, cross it or hook it, whatever feels right to you on this side. You can stay there, or second round of that spinal rotation. Drop the legs to the right, lift the arms up towards the ceiling, and then float the arms out. Look over your left shoulder. One more big deep breath. Exhale, try and let the weight of the legs sink into the floor. Drop that left shoulder into the mat. Now bring your legs back to center. Once the legs come back to center, release so that you can pull the left knee in towards your body. Rock it front to back a few times. That right leg is straight, and then bring the left leg across the right side. Left arm comes up, out to the side. Your right hand can gently press on that left quadricep, and then look over your left fingertips. Your fingertips on the left side are drawing as far away from your left knee as you can get them. One more big breath in. Exhale, let go of the weight of that left thigh. Now bring that left knee to center. Meet it with the right. Rock front to back, loosen up that lumbar spine. And rotate a little bit side to side. If you want to circle, you can. And then set your feet down on the floor. Roll yourselves up. Rotate over onto your hands and knees. In that position, sink back into your child's pose stretch real quick before we head up. Draw the hips down so that the hips are heavy towards the heels. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. Whatever stress you can let go of, whether that's physical, mental, emotional. Release what you don't need to carry out of here. Inhale. Exhale. One more big breath in. As you exhale, slide up onto your hands and knees. Dig your toes into the floor. Lift the hips, press back. Try and pull the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Walk your hands back. Dangle the arms. One vertebrae at a time. Roll all the way up. Squeeze your bottom. Pull the navel to spine. Roll the shoulders back and down so your heart's lifted. Nice big deep breath in. Arms come up. And exhale one more time. Big deep breath in. Arms up. And exhale. Give yourselves a hand. Excellent job tonight, you guys. Thank you so much for stretching with me. And once again, not just showing up for me, but just showing up for this team and being here for one another. Oh, yes. Yay. Oh, good job, Papa. Good job. A walk, and he watched all the littles for you. That's a win. That's a win. I know. And now look, Grace is out cold. What I need to do is pretend. I need to do a pretend class before, and then fatigue her out with pets and with petting her, and then start this. I mean, if I had all the time in the world, and then she would just snooze like this. Or before everything, she had a gate, and so she never came in here. However, my days, he is the best. He's so, I really appreciate how tolerant he is of me being in your house. I know. I needed it too. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks, Liz. Thanks, GA. I appreciate you guys showing up. But so then after when I know, I feel like that's intentional. We're going to keep working on those and that hamstring stuff. Oof. I am getting better at it. So I think that, and we've only been at it since Sunday, I think, maybe Saturday, but Sunday for sure. But what I was starting to say is now my days start, like I used to be able to like give Grace a little, like let her out. We had a routine. And I started like 6, and now I'm having to start closer to like 5, which is not my favorite time. But so I'm having to start earlier, and she's all disoriented. And so as things have shifted around, I've tried to let her be a part of life. Even though it's not, it takes, I'm one that takes a lot of tolerance, because I'm not, I usually keep this space pretty sacred. So she loves that you guys love her and like to see her, because otherwise I would shoo her into the other room. But because she makes people smile, I'm like, all right, Grace, you can let people smile and laugh at me trying to balance around you and give up my mat. Oh, that must mean the party's starting. So I'm gonna let you guys go before it gets crazy. I love you. Have a great night, you guys. Ride that calm. I'm gonna shut her up for you.